My name is Arash Ward. I was born in Afghanistan. Due to the civil war in Afghanistan, my family and I came to Pakistan as refugees. In Peshawar, everybody knew about WASC's SRP program. For me, to be able to get into the program was an objective that I had to achieve to help my family for a better life. As soon as I got a letter, I opened it, read it. I just couldn't control my emotions at the time, and for my parents, it was probably the happiest moment in their life. As soon as I got accepted, I was connected with Jessie.
My name is Jessie Thompson, small town girl from southwestern Ontario. Arash was the first student that I worked with through the SRP program. Arash and I had been corresponding by email, so I had an idea of the kinds of things that he was bringing with him, but also sort of some of the things he might need when he first arrived.
Some of my first questions were probably about the cold, how cold it is.
I spent a lot of time sort of fussing over the details in terms of getting Arash's room ready.
My parents, they went out of their way to get me the warmest clothes, like the biggest boots you could ever imagine.
You know, do we pick a blue blanket? He's a boy. Maybe we should pick red. That seemed to be the focus of my energy in those early days. I think probably because I wasn't sure what else to be worrying about.
I didn't know a lot about what to expect until I actually landed.
It was difficult for Arash and for students like Arash in the first year because everything is so different. The system is so different, you know, the school is so different, the environment is so different.
When you're under a lot of pressure, you kind of take everything in and you feel like the world is closing in on you.
We talked about sort of those moments, those challenges of sort of feeling like, what am I doing here? What have I done?
I just felt that maybe it wasn't the right decision. Maybe this place is not for me. Jessie, she knew that I was going to be all by myself in residence.
So I invited Arash to come to Kincardine, spend some time with my family, and get to know a little bit small town Ontario. My dad's a veterinarian, and so you can't go to Kincardine without going for a bit of a visit on one or two of his farmers' farms.
Went to the farm, went to the barn and
saw the cows and talked to Glenn about how things were going on the farm.
Had a cup of tea with them.
Sat around the table and just talked about
what kind of environment, what kind of society I came from.
Life in Kincardine, and it was just this beautiful moment where sort of worlds were colliding and
just surreal, you know, having conversations, simple, just very small talk, simple conversations.
That was a really big deal for them.
Something that I never had realized until then, that there's a lot of similarities between us. In our drive back and forth from Kincardine, we had conversations about
working towards really feeling settled.
I told her what were some of the academic challenges with some of the courses that I was taking.
It wasn't about getting 8 credits in the first year. It was about getting a few credits, about having some success, about learning the system.
I think it was just a smooth sailing process after changing around a few courses, changing around my program, and everything worked out after that. I graduated from the University of Toronto in 2006.
The SRP, absolutely, it changed my life path.
And currently at University of Ottawa, law student, second year.
My friendship with Arash really inspired me to want to work with refugees.
My long-term goal is to do humanitarian and international law.
I mean, it taught me those beautiful skills in cross-cultural communication.
From the very beginning to where I am now, I think SRP and WASC has always been there along the way.
I often say that I learned as much from Arash as he learned from me, and I think that's what's beautiful about the SRP.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for their support, if it wasn't for Jessie's support.
It's a two-way learning process for Canadian students and refugee students who come from around the world.
As small as this program is, you know, the amount of help and the magnitude of its impact on families, on the individual.
It's just uncomparable. You can't imagine another program that has that same kind of impact on people's lives at the individual level. My message to Arash is to say thank you. Thank you for everything you've taught me.
2 words. Thank you.
Thank you for your inspiration.
Sincerely appreciate everything that she has done.
And your kindness.